guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today I am doing another episode of my huge makeup declutter, and I really hope you enjoy it, so stay tuned. Okay, here's my concealers. Now I will tell you, this is, to me, is ridiculous. I'm not someone that gets sent PR, God knows that. And I think one of the reasons I buy all these is because I'm trying to find that perfect one. Under eyes on me is my worst feature. It's crepey, it's fine lined, it's wrinkled, it's a mess. I try to work on it all the time. It's sensitive at times to where then I have a lot of, irritation. So that's why I have all this. Now I will tell you, I'm not crazy about any of these, to be honest with you. But let's go through them, and I definitely need to get rid of some of them. So to me, I'm never going to be able to use all these enough before they go bad. And that's kind of why I have a problem, because that's just wasteful. And I would like to get to the point in all my collection where I like something, and so I'll just extend with that, you know, whether it's a certain brand or a certain item. And I can't do that because I have just a whole bunch of everything, and it's overwhelming. This is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day. I bought this for a video, which is stupid of me, but this is a sponge tip applicator that is just ridiculous. But the reason I bought this is because it actually made it into the Allure, I believe it's the 2018 products. And this one did not work for me. So I'm going to be giving this away, or getting rid of this, I should say. This is the Erase Paste from Benefit. It's a peach tone, salmon toned. It's supposed to cancel out the blue tone colors and brighten up the under eye. I've used it, as you can tell, quite a bit, but this is the old packaging, which tells you how old it is. So I'm going to actually toss this because it's too old. Here is the NARS. This is called, what did they call this? The Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I got this in the shade Light Cannelle, and I don't know, it's kind of almost looking a little funky, to be honest with you. I don't know about this. I might have to toss it. I was going to say I wanted to use this a little bit more, because to be honest with you, you can tell I've hardly used any of it. I get so overwhelmed because I have too much stuff, and this gets pushed to the back of the drawer, but I'm going to have to investigate this and see if I need to toss it or not. But for right now, I'm going to keep it. This is one I actually really like. I'm almost out of it. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NW20. I like them to be a little bit lighter so that they kind of highlight my under eyes. I do like this one. This might be one of my favorites. It covers really well, and it is a little bit drying, but if I use just a little bit, I really do feel like I can make it work. So I have repurchased this before, and I'd probably get it again. Okay, the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Cover Concealer. This is a 24-hour waterproof concealer. I could not get this to work at all. I have it in the shade Light Beige, and because of that, I'm going to have to let this go. Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Medium. Oh, you guys, everyone loves this concealer, and I can't get it to work. Now, I am going to keep it, and that's because I use this one particularly for when I do, like, cut creases and things with the eyes. I also use this to carve out my eyebrows if I need to, so I'm keeping it for that reason. But for under the eyes, it's a no-go. This is the Infallible Pro Glow Concealer from L'Oreal. This did not work for me, although the foundation of this is my holy grail. I thought this was horrible, so I'm getting rid of this. Same here, the Wet n Wild concealer. I could not get this. This is in light medium beige. This looked horrible on me as well, so I'm going to be tossing this. This is new. I got a sample of this through Sephora. A Tarte Creaseless Concealer. They reformulated it. It used to come in a tube and now, or like a squeeze tube, and now it's in this kind of style. And I've used this once and I don't remember what I thought of it. So I'm going to keep this to try this a little bit more. Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I could not get this one to work either. But I am keeping it because for the same reason of the Colourpop. I use this quite a bit for makeup, like cut creases and such. This is newer to me. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is a new one from L'Oreal. And I did a video recently on this that I don't think I put up yet, but it's got a very large doe foot applicator. This is not the greatest for me, to be honest with you. It is pretty good coverage, but I don't know, I felt like it emphasized all my fine lines and stuff. So I'm actually going to keep this, but only for the makeup purpose, not for my under eye. This is Laura Mercier's Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade 2N, whatever that might mean. This is a beautiful concealer. I bought this after I had a makeover at Sephora. It has a very peachy tone to it, but I actually like the way that works for my skin. And this actually I can get to work, so I plan on keeping this. I would not say it's a holy grail, but it did work okay and I got it to work. This is the Fenty Beauty Concealer. This is in the shade 230. I just did a video trying out Fenty products. I'll leave that up in the cards for you. This is very much a full concealer. And I liked it okay. I wouldn't say it's a holy grail, but it's definitely nice and I will keep it to use it up. Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. This is the illuminating one and I did not care for this. I felt like it was too illuminating and so I'm tossing that. And here is the Bye Bye Under Eye regular formula, the full coverage one. And I used this a few times. It's very thick. A little goes a long way. But this is almost gone, so I'm actually tossing it. It was probably a little too thick for what I needed. But it's very emollient and tacky. You definitely have to kind of set it down. But it was okay. I would not probably repurchase it though. Okay, this one pains me. I had such high hopes for this concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer that everyone seems to love. I just can't get it to work for me. It's a huge bottle. It gives you a lot of product, but for me, it just does not work. It looks horrible on my skin. I'm going to keep this, but only to use it up, and I'm using it in the same way with my makeup for like my brows. Here's one that's just gotten old. This is a Lancome, oh good lord, I don't want to even try to pronounce it, but this is the Lancome Waterproof Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Buff. Besides being old, I could not get this one to work for me. I know some people, especially in the mature community, really like this one. I just didn't care for it. Like I said, the under eye is my most problem area, so I'm having trouble finding anything that I really like. e.l.f. Concealer, the new one, the 16-hour Camo Concealer. I'm still trying it. I do love the coverage, but I don't know. I'm going to keep trying it and see what I think of it. It's fairly new in my collection. Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. This one was horrible for me. I really thought because of the serum that it might be hydrating, but it was really bad. So this one's gonna go. NYX HD Studio Concealer. This is another one that was horrible for me. I have this one in the shade CW 3.5, whatever. And I'm tossing this one as well. Now, the one I really do like is the Tarte Shape Tape. I find it has just the right amount of coverage without being too heavy and just the right amount of luminosity without sliding around everywhere. And I actually love this. This is, I think, my third bottle, and this is really empty. I can't really get any more out, so I'll have to repurchase it. And this is in the shade Light Medium. So I would say right now, this is probably the closest to the Holy Grail that I have as far as concealers go. Okay, I kept 11 and got rid of 10. So yay, yay, yay. Okay, my favorite category, face powders. And no one should really need this many unless I'm getting it sent to me. I shouldn't have this much. We're going to go ahead and go through it. Alright, so the first one, these are all just so powdery and messy. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. This is a fine milled powder that has some hyaluronic acid in it that's supposed to really, really smooth out the skin and be hydrating. And it's just supposed to be wonderful. Now, I would say this does a fair job. I would say that it's definitely a very soft powder, and I would say it's finely milled and all of that. I just don't think it looks great on my skin. But I'm going to continue to try to use it because, to be honest with you, I don't think any powder looks great, so why as well get rid of this one by using it up. So, and it was expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. And this one I'm almost done with. In fact, I took off the sifter to try to get what I have left of there. This one was not great for me either. Now, the reason I've gone through it so much is I have been using it to clean up imperfections on the bottom of my jawline, to blend where I don't have as much of an issue with it creping up or anything. So that was a good way for me to use it up. I would not repurchase this, but that is going to be a keeper for right now because I just want to finish it out. Okay, this, I'm just using the container. This is actually the RCMA No Color Powder inside of here. But if we all know the No Color Powder has the worst packaging in history, so I moved it into this container just so it's a little bit more user-friendly. And I use this for the same reason I used that Cover FX, which was to clean up the... Sometimes if my bronzer goes a little too low, I'll use a little bit of that to, you know, sharpen up the line a little bit. Almost like an eraser. And it's working for me. So I'll use that up. But not a powder that I'm running out to get. Here is the Kat Von D pressed powder, the Locket pressed powder in Light. And as you can tell, it looks like I've hardly used it. And I don't know. I just... Like I've told you guys a million times, I don't think any powder looks that great. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this one because I wouldn't say it was horrid. But I wouldn't say that I loved it either. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it for now. Now here's the holy grail to so many, the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this is just, you know, ridiculous. I can't make this one work either. I will say that I actually have quite a bit of success with her Secret Brightening Powder. So not the translucent one, but the Secret Brightening. I actually probably have that as my #1 powder pick. If I had to pick one, because I don't think any of them are great, that would be my #1. I think I'm going to probably pass this on to someone because I have a friend that does makeup, so she could probably really use that. Here's another pricey one. This one was a Jaclyn Hill recommendation. This is a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk powder. And this is a beautiful powder. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to sound like a broken record. But it's just, I just can't. I just can't get it to work. So I think I might hold on to it because of the price point. But that would not be a repurchase. Okay, so here is Flower Beauty. This container is just so oversized. It's just, I mean, it's pretty, but it is so clunky compared to, like, let's say, you know, the Cover FX or something. I mean, look at the difference. I mean, it's just huge.
That's what she said?
I said in one of my videos one time, this powder looked good, And then I went out somewhere and I looked in the rearview mirror of my car, and it looked like what it looks like when you have the silica and it makes that discoloration so obvious with the flashback. That's what it looked like without the photography. It was horrifying. I'm not sure what happened, what I might have done wrong, but I've been afraid to use this ever since. So I'm actually going to give this one away. Okay, the Rimmel London Match Perfection Loose Powder. This is in transparent, and I bought this one because this one got an Allure Beauty Award. And I actually kind of forget to use this because it's in the back, so I'm going to keep this and try this a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one because I don't have that much of an opinion about it yet. The Rimmel Stay Matte. A lot of people love this one. Is very much like the other one, which is I don't have an opinion on it. I mean, you can still see the embossing on it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this to see if I can figure out what I think about it. And last is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium. This one I've used quite a bit. As you can tell, I hit pan on it. I use this one not so much under the eyes or, you know, baking or anything. I use this one kind of to smooth out more like the jawline, more to give like a finish all around the perimeter of my face. And I do like it for that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. I'm not sure if I would buy it again, but I definitely am going to finish it. So of the powder category, I'm getting rid of 2 and I'm keeping 8. So there you go, guys. I think I did really well, and you know, I feel good about it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.